Welcome back, everybody. This is actually our 205th episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got so excited we forgot to celebrate our 200th episode.
We really did. We wanted to make we should do something special, but then like everybody else, life got away from us because we're just like everyone else. Kind of plays nicely into today's episode, which is about taming your to-do list, which, trust us, this is something that we struggle with all the time as well.
Oh, yeah.
But so happy 205th episode to us.
Yay.
Hey, well, we committed to doing it every week, and I don't think we have missed a week.
No, I don't think we ever missed a week since we started.
Nope. And so it's really something to take that on and to tackle it, but we did it. We do have to sometimes we have to record these ahead of time. Like we just got back from vacation.
Yep.
We were on vacation up traveling around in the Great Lakes area for 2 weeks, and so we did. You have to work around life, but we committed to doing it every week, and we've done it. So congrats to us.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, and it shows the payoff has come around since we've been consistent with it. And it's like anything else you do in your business, you stay consistent.
Yeah,
with it,
this isn't just to pat ourselves on the back for we did this podcast. It's just kind of an example of if you set your mind to it and you commit to doing it and getting it done, progress will happen.
Yeah, I mean, we make mistakes along the way. We just move on and keep moving forward. So same thing you do with anything in your business. So.
Absolutely. So, what else? Well, one of the other things that we've had kind of going on that's been taking up a lot of mental mind space, at least for me anyway, is we are looking to add more of just life coaching to our list of services. Currently, Scott does all of our business coaching, like one-on-one style, and group coaching inside of the $1 Million Academy, depending at whatever level you want to sign up at. There's always coaching that's involved because we think that's a really important part of learning how to work on your business. It's not just courses. You need that support. So Scott does all of the group coaching and the one-on-one coaching currently. While we were on vacation, I started taking a course on just more of that. It's called a certified professional and executive coach or something like that. But basically, it's a little more of just like how to keep your mind straight and just how to get through the entrepreneurial life, because it can be a little overwhelming and sometimes people just need a little help just kind of keeping their I don't know if keeping their head on straight is right, but
it's your mindset and make sure you're staying
and dealing with getting through overwhelm and stuff like that. And this really stemmed from because I struggle with this. If either one of us is going to lose our mind and lose our crap over all this, it is me. I definitely struggle. And so that's really what it came out of, is because I've been doing a lot of work on my own headspace and myself getting through all this. And I'm like, well, if I'm struggling, I guarantee other people are as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not coaching quite yet. I'm still working on my certification, but I am going to start coaching before I'm done with my certification. But I don't have that timeline completely hammered out yet. But just kind of be aware that is going to be something that we are adding to the Academy.
Yeah, it's definitely for sure going to be part of our $1 Million Academy. And then we're potentially looking at maybe a little offshoot that Kate might just do kind of.
Yeah, I'm not sure
coaching.
yet.
It might not exactly be part of it. We're still figuring out all the details. We'll let you know.
We're telling you that we're thinking about things, but we don't know what they are yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still trying to hash it out, and just I don't know. I don't have it all figured out yet, but I'm working on it. There we go.
We'll keep
yeah, that'll be coming.
Anything else?
Anything? I think that's all of our big announcements. Is
Yeah.
commit to getting things done, and good things will happen. And I kind of lost my mind and had a hard time with working on business and getting everything done. And so that inspired me to, get some training and help others. Boom.
Just add some more stuff.
It's fine. It's totally fine. So that's okay. Today we're going to talk you guys through taming your to-do list, because like we said, this is something we struggle with. But I think before we dive into that, we'll get a quick word from our sponsors.
The only app every landscaper needs. Company Cam makes it dead simple to communicate, document, and problem solve with guys in the field, no matter where you are. Company Cam brings documentation, communication, and liability protection together in one simple, easy-to-use app for you and your entire team. Take unlimited photos and videos, share custom reports, create flawless before and afters, and even communicate and share progress with homeowners with galleries and project timelines, all from your smartphone. Company Cam, the only app every landscaper needs. Check it out at companycam.com/million or in your app store.
If you run a landscape or lawn care business, you know the work never ends. There's customer service, hiring staff, mountains of paperwork. The to-do list just goes on and on. Plus, you still need to do the actual work that pays your bills. Running your entire business with pen and paper alone is just hard and really plain messy. You know you need a better system to stay on top of everything so nothing falls through the cracks. Jobber is a mobile and online app that helps keep your business organized and looking more professional than ever. With Jobber, you can quote jobs, schedule your crews, send out invoices, accept payments online, all in one place. You won't know how you ran your business without it. Jobber offers free one-on-one coaching to help get you started, and there's no software experience needed. Get paid on time, go paperless, and impress your customers. Try it for free today at getjobber.com/MDL. This podcast is brought to you by Busy Busy. Busy Busy is so simple to use, and it's the most reliable GPS time tracking app on the market. And the best part is, it was built for landscapers. Busy Busy's founder created Busy Busy because he owns multiple construction companies and needed to understand better which projects were making him money and which projects were killing him. Payroll is the highest variable cost in the project, so you better be tracking it. Busy Busy does this better than anyone else. So download Busy Busy today, and don't forget to mention the $1 Million Landscaper podcast to get 3 free months.
We want to take a quick second to tell you about our friends over at Cycle CPA. I can't even express to you how important it is to have a good accountant on your side. You know you want accurate bookkeeping and financial statements every month. Instead, you're often left with limited time to focus on the accounting side of your business and no reports to show for it. At Cycle CPA, the landscaping accountants, they not only handle the bookkeeping, but also provide landscape industry benchmarking, job costing, financials by service line, advisory meetings, and much more. Cycle CPA has a team of landscaping accountants available to provide anything from bookkeeping to CFO services. Visit cyclecpa.com, and for $100 off, mention the $1 Million Landscaper podcast. If you want to get the leads you want and turn your current clients into raving fans, then you need to try SendJim. They've created an exclusive offer just for our listeners. If you sign up today, you can get your first month for just $2. So if you haven't already, go to sendjim.io/MDL, where you can get even more exclusive deals just for $1 Million Landscaper podcast listeners. That's sendjim.io/MDL, and take advantage of these awesome deals today.
Welcome back, everybody. It is that time of year where everybody's getting crazy busy. It's the middle of June, so work is in full swing. You know, life's starting to catch up with everybody. You're trying to cram in vacations before kids got to go back to school, all that kind of stuff.
All kinds of stuff going on.
Everybody's always busy. But what we want to help you with today is getting your to-do list narrowed down so it doesn't feel quite so overwhelming.
A little out of control.
Yeah. Well, and you can do this with your work to-do list. You can do this with your life to-do list. Any to-do list that you've got hanging around.
The honey to-do list.
Honey-do list. We've got some questions for you that can just help you get that so narrowed down so it's not quite so overwhelming. Mm-hmm. When I look at my to-do list, I keep 4 things in mind. Do I have to do it, delay it, delegate it, or dump it?
That's it. It's
It
very
seems
simple.
pretty easy. 4 Ds.
Yes.
But really take a look at everything you have on your list, and just start asking yourself, do I really need to do this? Is this something that I can delay? Is this something I can delegate to somebody else? Or can I just dump this off my list altogether? So we've got some examples for you. When you're thinking about, do I really need to do this? Just why, what is the meaning or what is the purpose behind this? Because there are going to be things that you have to do.
Yep.
You have jobs that you have contracts, you have to do them. If you have children, you have to feed them and take care of them. So there are things that you have to do.
A good example of this, I think, is people getting on social media and TikToks in the morning. Do I need to be doing this, or should I be doing something else?
Well, is that something that's on their to-do list, or is this just a nasty little bad habit that you're talking about getting rid of?
But
I doubt anyone has mindless scrolling on their to-do list, but
there might be
if you catch yourself doing it, you can be like, do I need to really be doing this right now? I like this, like I said, for my work and my life list, because there are things that you need to be doing. I don't know why I can't talk today, but be very, very intentional and focused and clear on if you need to really be doing it. Because then the next D is, can you delay it? Is this something that are doing this with our life list at the moment. We live in the house of renovations. We've been renovating our house for a number of years. We have a lot to go. And well, because we're doing most of it ourselves, because we like to do it. But we started a project. We gutted a bathroom, like to the studs.
Yeah,
there's nothing in there. It's empty. Then the weather broke and it got nice. And we're like, oh man, we also have this really big backyard project that we want to do. Our house is on a lake, so we're going to regrade the yard. We need to fix our garage, A
lot of stuff.
lot of stuff. But we bought a real old house on purpose. We knew it needed work. But anyway, I'm getting off track here. But we have decided to delay working on the bathroom in order to work on the garage and the backyard, because it's it's nice out right now. It's a good time to be doing that.
Our family likes to be outdoors and like campfires and go out there, do stuff with friends and families.
Yeah, we live on a lake. Our kids like to go kayaking and do all that kind of stuff with their friends, and so we're getting the backyard set up so that they can do all that. So bathroom is on pause.
Yep.
It's okay. So there's do it, delay it. Then the next one is delegate it. I like this one. This one's my favorite. I love to make things not my job. There's a book called Who Not How by Dr. Benjamin Hardy, and it's all about how there are points in your life and there are tasks in your life that you don't need to do. You just need to find somebody else that can do them for you or can show you how to do them better, I guess.
Yeah, another book I know that's written about this is by Tim, I believe it's Tim Ferriss, The 4-Hour Work Week.
I've not read that one.
And I've never finished it. I've read it. It's good, but it deals a lot about delegating and stuff and like outsourcing and doing, finding ways to have things done by somebody else. And there's so many things that you as a business owner can delegate out more so than what you ever think. Like just a simple, stupid example would be like changing oil. You don't need to be doing that, especially if you have multiple employees. You can be having somebody else change the oil for you. There's certain things in your business that you can just hand off to other people.
Bookkeeping is a great place to start. That is something that we are going to be hiring somebody to help us with, because I don't like to do it. Scott doesn't really like to do it. It's not in our zone of genius. It's not really like what we're good at. So we have no business doing it. Like, we don't need to be doing it.
Well, and a lot of people end up putting it off and pushing it off because
us.
It's not fun. It's not something that gets their brain going on it, and they just don't like it, so they push it off, and it ends up turning into like cash flow issues or just falling behind on everything they need to be doing for the business, and they can't rely on the accounting system to look at the numbers.
And if you hire somebody else to be doing these things, then you can focus on things that you are good at and the things that you do need to be doing in your business. So it's a win-win.
Like, just to give an example for the academy, we are looking, the Millionaire Landscaper should say in general, we are looking to outsource, like Katie said, our bookkeeping. We're also looking to outsource and hire a VA, and just have somebody else kind of help me with some of the, I guess, mundane tasks. Just something as simple as like, we do group coaching. So when I have to make an email, I have to make a text message that goes out to the people. I have to post it on Facebook and all those. Just those little things that sound.
You just don't need to be doing them. They're not in your zone of genius.
Yes.
You are better off making YouTube videos, doing sales calls, doing coaching calls, doing group coaching. You have other things to do, and there are people that you can hire to do these for you. So, as soon as you can afford to get help, get the help.
Yep.
Get it done.
And if it's something like as simple as following up with customers or checking, make sure the crews are doing their job. Is that something you can eventually maybe have like an operations manager kind of help you out and just follow up with the customers or follow up with contracts to make sure they're getting done the way they're supposed to and customers are happy. There's a lot of things you can start delegating off. We like to hold control. We like to have all that power, we feel. But nobody else could do it better than us, but that's not necessarily
If somebody
true.
can do something 80% as good as you can do it, let them do it, just to get it off your plate. And another question that you can kind of ask yourself, because maybe you can't afford to hire somebody to do it, is there any way that you can make this easier?
Yeah.
We use software all the time inside the $1 Million Academy. It's like a lot of it's behind the scenes, but like we have a lot of things automated and stuff like that. So we've really leaned heavily on using software to make our lives easier.
Well, and that's the same thing in the landscape business. Software has come a long way in the landscape business. Just to kind of throw out a couple examples, like Jobber has a lot of different things that can, they're one of our sponsors. And they have a lot of features in there that can be automated, like to send out messages to customers that you're coming, and just a lot of things behind the scenes that just very simple that can be done and doesn't really
But
cost
things
you.
like that have a big impact, like
It does.
follow-up emails and all that kind of stuff. You can get a real big bang for your buck by just automating it.
Yeah, so just looking at seeing what you can do in your business to make things easier, or is it creating a checklist or creating a procedure or system procedure for it?
Well, I was just going to say that's another thing that you don't really think about it, but systems and procedures are 100% a tool to use to make your life easier. A lot of people think, oh, systems, procedures, that's for like big businesses. That sounds kind of like scary. It sounds kind of hard. It's really not. They're tools to use to keep the chaos at a minimum in your life.
I can remember early on, my dad was the one that, when I first started, I was a foreman, I believe, at the time. Maybe I don't think I was considered a vice president at this time. But everything had to go through my father. So I had to go to my dad in the morning and find out, okay, where am I going for the day? What tools do I need? What trucks am I taking? What equipment am I taking? And
It was horrible.
He's always on the phone. He's dealing with, I think we had 3 or 4 different landscape crews at the time, a few different mowing crews. So he's trying to handle everybody. He was the roadblock. He was the one that was
He was a
bottlenecking.
bottleneck.
Yeah, and he was slowing everybody down. So we just made a simple, just one thing I first made is a tool checklist. So every job we knew for the landscape side, he went through and checked off, you needed this truck, whatever truck number it was, this trailer, this piece of equipment, and these basic tools. And that's one of the first things we did. And that was a huge game changer. And that really opened my eyes to seeing how simple like a checklist could be and how much it made things so much easier, because it got so much stress off my dad. Because he was getting so mad. We'd come to him, what do I need to do this? And,
Well, yeah, he's irritated that you're asking him questions, but there was no other way to get this information other than to go through him.
correct.
So you can use systems to make everybody's life easier. You can
Absolutely.
use a calendar for scheduling. You can use software for scheduling. There's all kinds of things you can do. So just to make your lives easier. So just, if it is something that you have to do, how can you make it easier? I always like to make things easier. And what there is somebody, like, can somebody help me with this? Along those lines, we're kind of a who. Like, if your estimating isn't up to snuff, if you're having trouble with systems and procedures and you don't know how to implement them and you don't know what to do, we are somebody that you can come to get help with that, because we know how to do it. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to figure it out all by yourself. You don't have to waste hours and hours, like, not waste, but, trying to read the books and watch all the YouTube videos and da-da-da-da-da.
Save yourself a lot of time.
Find somebody who's already got the answers and get it from them.
Yep.
The last thing on the list is just dump it. Is there something you can just totally dump off your list of things you've got to do?
Yeah, and I think a good example of this is, as you grow, let me step back here. When you start off your business, you're pretty much doing a little bit of everything. Most landscape
people
businesses,
are dabbling,
they're
seeing
doing
what they're good at.
irrigation, they're doing landscape lighting, they're plant installation, whatever. They're doing a little bit of everything. And I get all that. You need to have the money coming in. But as you grow, there's certain things you can end up just getting rid of. Like, we stopped doing landscape lighting. We stopped doing
We
irrigation.
found a who for landscape lighting.
yes.
If it was still incorporated in the design, we found a company that we just subbed it out to that they did a great job. But
Yeah, no,
we personally didn't do it.
Yeah, so it just made things a lot easier for us. Yes, we had to coordinate with them, but it took a lot off our plate. We didn't have to, trying to train everybody to be good at everything is very, very hard. So it's just one of those things we just found out is just easier just to dump and just hand it off to somebody else. Let somebody
Same
else
with
do it.
irrigation.
Yep.
We dabbled in that for a little bit. It wasn't in our zone of genius. Nobody was great at it. Didn't want to do it. Dumped it. Found a who.
Yep.
Subbed it out to somebody else.
Yeah, it's just that, to me, that's a pretty good example of one of the things you can do in your business to get rid of.
I forgot. I had another example of making things easier. As business owners, we tend to naturally just gravitate to getting better and better equipment, because why do you get it? Because it makes your life easier. And so just like for a little bit of an analogy, that's what systems do, and that's what finding who's not hows. All of this is along the same lines. It is just to make your life easier.
Yeah. Everybody likes a piece of equipment, and
Yeah,
spend the
they're
money
cool.
doing that.
Equipment's fun.
But it's those little things too that make a lot of big changes in your business. So I would encourage you to just.
Yeah, there are other ways to make your life easier. So
It's more productive, more efficient, and just everything you buy the equipment for. It's the same thing with the system procedures.
Yeah.
It really is.
So it is. So sum it up real quick, just get your to-do list out and really think about it and be real intentional. Intentional? I don't think that's a word. Be real intentional about what you keep on that list. So if it's a do it, you better make sure that it's worth it. So you either do it, you delay it, delegate it, or dump it.
Yep, those are pretty simple rules, but it does make a big difference in your to-do list and just simplifies things for you. So.
Yeah, and like we said, you can do this in your life, you can do this in your business, anything.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us today.
All right. Oh, do you want some questions before we go?
Yes, we do.
All right.
About 'em.
I know. Well, we were on vacation, so we had pre-recorded some episodes because we were gone for 2 weeks, and so now we got to get back into the swing of things. Okay. All right. Yep. You ready?
Yep.
What's something you get wrong almost every time you do it?
Oof. Trying to narrow it down.
Oh, I was gonna say it must be so hard being so perfect. If there's nothing that you get wrong.
I'm sure I do stuff with you I do wrong all the time.
We don't have to talk about that. You got anything else? Do you have anything specific?
I think a lot of times I mess up on video, doing a lot of videos. I just feel like I mess up. People may not notice it, but it just...
Yeah, feels like it anyway.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. What things do you do every day that you wish could be automated? See, I made these. I tailored these questions to our topic of the day.
What can I automate? That we're not already doing, or stuff that's...
Yeah, just what things do you do every day that you wish could be automated?
I really don't care to check my email. I have a huge email. I wish there was some way I can...
It's called getting a VA.
Yes,
and we're working on that. So
that's something
I think you answered your own question.
Yes, and I do need to do that. It gets overwhelming sometimes.
So can you do it, delay it, delegate it, or dump it?
I'm going to delegate it.
There we go. This just came full circle. Let's see. Would you rather your voice sound like Elmo or Kermit the Frog?
I'd say probably Kermit the Frog.
I would agree. If it was Elmo, I'd have to punch you.
That's good to know.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us today. Hope you have a great day.